we know that production for Cadbury confectionery will be moved from Dunedin to Australia. This has all happened in the last 24 hours. No surprise, really. So food giant Mondelez was on the hunt to find a local manufacturer, but it failed to find a suitable company. I reckon the deadline was way too short. That was never going to happen. They didn't want it to happen. So what will this mean for the city? Dr. Jim O'Malley from Dunedin Manufacturing Holdings joins us now. Jim, good to have you on the program. What's the plan from here?
Kia ora, Duncan. Plan from here is we pulled out of the Mondelez deal about 2 months ago and went on to saying that we'll just go straight into making chocolate. So Dunedin Manufacturing Holdings is going to be launching through Pledge Me a pledge in about 3 weeks' time for $2 million to buy equipment in from Italy. We've got a site in the city we're going to go to, which is not too far from the old Cadbury's factory, and we're going to incorporate Ocho chocolate into our company and then actually operate under that name.
Brilliant. I love this. This is success. This is positive. So that's the Otago chocolate company. So you're going to get on board with them, are you?
Yeah, basically Liz Rowe, who owns that company, and I have sat down for the last couple of months and figured out how we're going to do this. She's going to come over and be the person who's in charge of making the chocolate and sourcing the beans. We've still got to get a CEO in place, but we've been interviewing the board, so the board of directors is almost in place. So we'll announce that, and then that's when we're going to go out and raise the money.
Fantastic. So what, have you been to Italy? Have you been and looked at some of the gear that's available?
Liz has been to Italy, so we've actually gone there and looked at she's gone there and looked at the equipment and actually said this is the stuff we want. So we've got that sort of penciled in place, and once we raise the money, we'll call them up and say, start making it, and hopefully it'll be on a ship and here about March or April.
Fantastic. Now, in terms of the jobs, so a number of hundreds have lost jobs there at the Cadbury's factory. And some specialist skills as well, So do we take those people into what you're going to do? Do you re-employ them?
Eventually, but unfortunately we're only going to be able to start out with 10 people to start with, because we're basically, with only being able to raise $2 million, we're a lot bigger than a small craft factory manufacturer, but we're still not going to be at the size of Whittaker's. But that said, our whole intention is growth. We're going into a building that would allow us to be quite large in about 4 or 5 years' time. So we'll capture as many as we can.
I reckon what I'll do is let's launch your campaign. When you start going out for the money, I'm giving you this guarantee here. I don't know what my producers will think, but they're going to have to go with it, I think, now. So let's launch your campaign for the money on this program when you're ready. Will that be before Christmas?
It'll be in about 3 to 4 weeks, yep.
OK, so 3 to 4 weeks' time, I guarantee you a slot on this program and we'll go live around the country to raise this money. I reckon we could raise a huge amount of money in that 3 hour that we're on air that day,
I reckon, given that there was over $5 million pledged at the Own the Factory side, I think we'll probably fill out in the first day, I imagine.
Oh, let's do this. Yeah. OK, so that's you and me, and we're going to do this on the program.
Jim, it's Melody Robinson here. I just want to ask you, ingredients-wise, Whittaker's goes on the sustainability side, particularly with using cocoa butter. What will you guys go down?
That's actually one of our central issues. We have, planks, is that we're actually going to source all of our cocoa from the Pacific. We already have good relationship with cocoa growers through Ocho as it is. It's very important for us that the farmers get a good pay for what they're making, and sustainability is our central core, including things like our CEO is tied into the lowest paid worker for their remuneration.
So how does that work?
A ratio of 4.5. They can't be more than 4.5 times higher than the lowest paid worker in the company.
Wow.
So
New Zealanders will love this.
If they want to up their salary, then they've got to make the lowest paid worker go up.
Wow.
Right.
So you link it to them. So if I go up, you go up, sort of thing. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And you can't go up any other way.
Oh, I love this. Now, one other thing. Who should be the face of this? OK, so we get there in a few months' time. You start making the chocky, and we've been debating this, and I've got a whole handful of emails here. People giving me their ideas. Melody Robinson says somebody. Taika Waititi, Winston, Richie McCaw, Rachel Hunter. There's so many options here. This is good. Who would you have, Jim? Who could be that?
Actually, I thought Taika Waititi was a good one, actually. You said that. He'd be really funny. We could always use Winston as new product announcement, so he'd be like promising one to come out and we just wouldn't know when it would come.
Well done. Boom.
Yeah, like a bottom line. Or something,
yeah, like I promise you next week you'll know, maybe.
Yes, I promise you I will eat this block by Friday.
Exactly.
Maybe not. Hey, good on you, Jim.
So it'll be a specialist role for him.
Yeah, very specialist. I wonder if sales will go up or down. Jim, great to have you on the program, mate. And what we'll do, we'll get you back.
Excellent.
I mean that as well. So my producers will be in touch with you and we'll launch the thing here. If you're okay with that, if you want to, it's all your option.
I
okay?
think that'd be fantastic. Yeah, great.
You're a good man. Okay, Dr. Jim O'Malley, Dunedin Manufacturing Holdings. This is nationalistic. This is pride. This is us. This is what we do, I reckon.
I'm going with Melody Robinson. That was the call of the day. You've got my full backing, girl.
Oh, yeah, well, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? Imagine the paycheck, Promoting chocolate, just like, it'd be awesome.
It's a hard
You'd
day
get
at
free
work.
chocolate for
Yeah,
a year.
$2 million a year like the Aussie breakfast guys.